Well, hello. It's Saturday. What am I doing? Well, early this week, the smell from behind the fridge got a little bit annoying. Because, like I said, it's been there about 2 weeks. Little Bobby, my black and white youngest cat, catches mice from the back street because it's got bloody rats and mice running up and down because of all the takeaways. And I went to that cheapo shop and I said, do you have any traditional mouse traps? I said, mouse traps. Poison? I said, traps. And I said, hang on, there's some here. I found them before you could understand what I was talking about. And I don't know if you can see. I've set one there. But they're bloody... What bait would you use? I had to go to the shop and ask for a little cube of cheese. I can't stand cheese personally, but what's it for? A mousetrap. So I put a piece of custard cream there. Last time Bobby had a mouse running about, it was under there and it crawled on my boots. And I put it in a Tupperware box. And I thought, oh, I'll break a custard cream up, and it loved it. It was annoying, the cream. And I let it go behind Morrison's. There's a huge field behind Morrison's. But it runs sideways, so obviously Bobby had bitten its leg, so it wouldn't have survived long. And can you see all that white? That's the insulation from the fridge. It's gnawing away at the polystyrene insulation in the bottom of the fridge, or the walls of the fridge. Freezer, that's the freezer section below. It looks a bit vicious. That's actually a rat trap, but it'll catch a mouse. The mate at work said, borrow a ferret. He said, a ferret will just go in and kill it. I said, ferrets? Or I said, buy an air pistol. There's a shop in Blackburn sells air pistols and guns, and rifles and stuff, but I couldn't kill it. Anything bigger than a fly, I couldn't take aim and kill a little mouse. Although this lad said air pistols are so crap these days with all the restrictions, it wouldn't kill it. They're weakening them, haven't they? That's a good idea, because I'll show you, seeing as it's not taking the bait, there's a custard cream in there as well. That's a little tilt mechanism. So the mouse goes in there, smells the custard off the custard cream. That's a theory. Tips up with the weight of it, and it can't get out. Because, you know, that cover closes and you can't get out. It's clever, isn't it? Who thought of that? And I got 2 wooden ones, and I went back and got the steel one. They're quite vicious, aren't they? They're a big cheese. I've not whacked my fingers yet. I can't have power of that. Should I use metal? No wood. I'll use metal. See, it's quick. Stand no chance with it. Break its back. Yeah, they piddle everywhere, don't they, mice? Plus the piddle is dangerous. It wheels disease you can get. Yeah, I'm glad the council got the priorities right. A mate at work says, I've been fined £75. I said, you what? So I was waiting for my lift one morning, finished my fag because he smokes roll up, took it on the floor, and 2 arseholes with cameras. That's me, for £75 fine, littering. I said, well, did you give him your address? Well, yeah, you have to. I said, no, you don't have to. Tell him to sod off, and when your lift comes, jump in the car and you're away. But with cameras, you know, I think they can summon the police, can't you? How pathetic. And in the local paper, they bring it on. Yeah, there was a report on Radio Lancashire, I couldn't believe it. So it said, oh, it's the headlines of the paper, disgusting. An old lady, £75 litre fine. She went shopping in Accrington with her daughter. They got some sausage rolls to eat in the car. had a brew, and there were some crumbs and some pigeons there. I'll feed them with a few crumbs. And she threw them out the window. Knock on the window. That's a £75 fine. And she burst into tears because they were being aggressive with her. I thought, yeah, I can just imagine. And there's a name. What's the name? Officer Gawthorpe. I hope he's proud of himself. What a bloody gobshite. It makes me really annoyed. I suppose the argument is that any uneaten crumbs could attract vermin, but so the pigeons ate them all, and then he come banging on my window. Oh, that's typical, isn't it? I'm trying to blind out a bloody fly tipping and the perpetrators, and yet an old lady gets fined. She's 70-odd, it says OAP. And my back street's full of bloody rats and mice and dog shit. Arseholes come down emptying the bloody dogs, and then I tread in it and tread it into my carpets. And all his kitchen's a dump. Oh yeah, that snapped off the other day. Well, last night when I come home from work. They're not designed to hang clothes on, they're actually curtain ties. I have to try and get that off with some pliers. Am I getting my bike out? We shall see. Well, it stopped raining at last. I haven't called that mouse yet. Just check the traps. Another one with no indicators. Silly old sod. They mustn't think it's necessary to do a roundabout. Riding into the sunset. Well, sunset. That's winter for you, innit? Get out of bed after watching stuff on the telly. And you only got 3 or 4 hours before it starts going bloody dark again. Just been watching a lot of police things in New Zealand. They have knobs over there as well. Little fat git throwing bottles out of a car window. And they let him go and join his mates on a bloody pub crawl. Looks like their police were as soft as ours. Should give him a spanking and lock him up for a week. No. Film on Friday, wasn't there? The wild one. What's this Herbert doing? 15 miles an hour. That's what he's doing. Yeah, the wild one. I've not seen it for quite some time, and I've not got it on DVD or anything. I thought again a few old biker films on DVD, but like the rest of my DVDs, you watch them once or twice and then they get filed away on a bloody shelf and you never watch them again. Have you watched any of your DVD collection more than 2 or 3 times? Yeah, I know, I'm surprised at the date, 1953. I didn't realise it was so early. Only 8 years after the war. And I thought, is that what they're meant to be? Half boy ex-soldiers, because they're all a bit bloody mental, weren't you? Although, it was the script writer, wasn't it? Who wrote that bloody script? Oh yeah, I'll slap you around if I want. It's crazy, it's crazy, crazy. And they kept saying that over and over. I thought, right. You're on the Triumph 650 Thunderbird, wasn't he? When I mentioned before that Lee Marvin, everyone considers him to be the more genuine biker. I don't know why. Is he on an Indian? And also he's plastered. Sleeps it off in a cell and he's still drunk the day after. Riding a bike drunk. Is that what they mean by being a real biker? Yeah, there are Chinese fellas, loads of Chinese in New Zealand or something, or Vietnamese. We've been all over at road, so they pulled him over and there was puke all over his door. He puked out of the window. Have you been drinking? I just had one beer with meal and I was sick. Yeah, all over your car door, mate. Blow into this, and he wouldn't do it. You're not blowing. So they took him back to the station, and 477, and the limit there is 400. So he got banned for 6 months. Although how do the enforcer ban? Don't handcuff them for 6 months, do they? They should impound the vehicle. They should do that here as well. Loads of repeat offenders. Talking of offenders, South Yorkshire Police posted something, even though it was from last bloody April. Have you noticed they tend to post all the bike crash horror videos to either warn or maybe try and deter people from terrorising around the Yorkshire Dales, which is a very popular biker haunt, isn't it? More so than Lancashire, well, a lot more so than Lancashire. It's vast, isn't it? Yorkshire itself is vast, and even North Yorkshire, about 6 times the size of Lancashire. And someone's actually tracked down the driver, this fat git from Nottingham in a Subaru, terrorising towards crest of a hill, something like this. So he obviously wasn't familiar with the road, with being in Yorkshire, and he lives in another county. And he gets to the crest of the hill and there's a sudden left turn. You know, like not a very sharp bend, but he loses control, veers into the other lane to stop himself. If it had probably steered very sharp to the left, it might have tipped his bloody Subaru over. So he veers into the other lane in front of a biker, and this biker brakes heavily, goes up on the front wheel and wallop. Life-changing injuries, although it said amazingly it was one of the few bikers that had an inflatable jacket on. And he said that probably saved his life, but he still had a broken spine and about 8 broken ribs and a broken sternum, collarbone. You know. Anyway, someone says, yeah, he's got a weird name, this driver, Florian something. He said he does YouTube videos, and he was still doing them at Christmas, reviewing chocolate bars. Fucking slob. And he's quite well spoken, age 41, and he's got jailed for 16 months. Badly injured a biker, 16 months jail. That's what you get in this country for nearly killing people. I mean, the biker had no chance, no matter if you wore high vis. If some sod's on your side of the road and you can't veer off onto the bloody grass because it were all bumpy, plus there was a dry stone wall. I don't know how to leave a link, so just have a look. Well, I mean, they're all over, aren't you? I think every police force is posting them. Last year it was that horror video in the Isle of Man, which another biker from abroad was on the wrong side of the road. Either he forgot we drive on the left and he collided with an innocent British biker, and the bikes burst into flames and the lad was on fire. And he died, sadly. So yeah, they show all these horror videos, don't they, to either warn us or deter us from. I mean, I'm not really into that. Them bland country roads, what's the big deal? If there's forest, fair enough, but just, there were about 4 of them on bikes. Like I said, it weren't his fault, but why did he go on them bland roads if there's forest? Something to look at, like the Lake District. Fair enough, but they're all a bit bland for me. I actually posted a comment. I said, actually, why isn't there any bloody road sign saying left turn ahead or slow, a big white slow in the road, or them boards with the with the chevrons on left? There were nothing. And I said, maybe us bikers should get a tin of cheap white paint and mark our own bloody road markings. You see them done for cyclists, don't you? They could write slow in the road. So there we go. I can't really say be careful because the lad on the bike didn't have a chance. Just some knob. Oh, I've got a posh fat boy. I've got a Subaru. He had all these pictures of the world's Grand Prix racing tracks, you know, Monza and all that. Pictures of racing tracks, overhead plans on the wall behind him as he was reviewing his sauces and pot noodles and chocolate boys. Why bother? He only had 5 views, 7 views, 9 views on his food revisions. Silly fat bastard. His visor closed. There we are, that's better. Get a lot of wind noise, despite it being an array, or RI. Anyway, where am I going? Petrol station first. 140 something. I probably need about 16 litres in, I'm guessing. So I thought I'd go to my, well, I won't say a local one, but it's the one I use for work. And where am I going after that? Well, on that pub crawl on December 20th, when we finished work, me and my mates, well, there were 6 or 7 of us to begin with, but they all sort of disappeared, and just me and my mate Clive were left outside this bar, Sam's bar. And we meant to go to Bee's Knees and a few other micro bars afterwards, just round the corner. But I chickened out. Oh, I said, I've had enough, I'm going home, I'm hungry, I want a takeaway. Oh, well, we'll carry on from where we left off. I said, yeah, I had a payday, or on my birthday, which is on a Saturday this year. And I was thinking, yeah, micro bar, it sounds interesting because it's 1920s themed. So I brought a couple of my 78s, and I sent a message on Facebook saying they'd look nice in your bar, seeing as one's by the Savoy Orpheans, which was a dance band from 1924 to 27, a resident dance band in the Savoy. You can imagine, can't you, London in the 1920s, a Charleston and all that. Look at visor. There are chevrons like that. Why not have that on a bend on a country road? They won't spend the money, will they? Probably cost a few £100 for them. That's the ones I mean. Left turn ahead. Yeah, so 1920s Art Deco themed, although was Art Deco strictly speaking the 30s, or was it the late 20s into the mid 30s? Anyway, they said, oh yes, thanks very much. What do you want from? And I just said, well, me and my friend are going to be coming in sometime, so maybe just a few drinks. Although it's a gin bar, I once tried gin, it was bloody awful, it was like drinking Old Spice aftershave. Unless there's some decent ones that are flavoured. So I've got a couple of 78s. Fanlight Fanny, George Formby, which were broken, so you might as well have the broken one. And there's a wee one by Tom Foy, who was a similar style act to George Formby. And the title is I've had nose pulled, and it says Pat a comedian. So in music hall days you just stand there on the stage and come out with all this Lancashire cobblers. I've had me nose pulled, I've had nose pulled, what the hell does that mean? But I thought if they're pinned up, Fanlight Fanny, I've had nose pulled, and the Savoy Orpheans, you might be conversation pieces. I've kept the one which was of local interest. With the Pickerings in my town, Pickering's record shop. Savoyant 20s. I sent a message to the Savoy because I thought it might be quite rare, but it turns out on eBay there's bloody hundreds of them. So it's not a rare record at all, it's worthless. I thought of making some money. The Supreme blocked off. Oh yeah, I could get some money out first. La da 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 da, the continental. I mentioned that I've got a Best of Peter Skellen CD in my retro look gramophone player, which plays 78s, and I said it stuck there. Because when I got it, when I moved into that house 13 years ago, I put the CD in, forgot about it, and it won't eject now. Love is the sweetest thing, love is a diddly. I hope one day that love will bring love story to me. Da, 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 dee, 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 dee. La da 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 da, the continental. La da da dee 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 dee. Da 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 da, the continental. La da dee 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 dee. Do it from this side. Still spray on the lens. So I'm afraid it's not a very exciting day out, it's just checking records to a little boy. I don't suppose I can go in with my camera on. It would have been interesting to film, wouldn't it? How much is this stuff? 135.9. Oh, look at all that water. No chance of getting in the petrol tank, I don't think. I got up very late last night looking. I found a postcard sale site in France of all places, and they had loads of local postcards in Lancashire. I've sent for one. Okay. Whalley, where my sister lives. Oh right, 16 litres just. Oh, I shouldn't have bring it, should I, just for the sake of evening out the amount. Maybe I should go on to Rivington. Can all spilt fuel on the old brim there as well. Not a good idea, is it? Hello, number 8, £22. Thank you. Alright. Okay, thank you. Thank you. Bloody pain again. Well, last week at work I had a pain in my left kidney area. I thought it was due to lack of drinking water. In fact, I haven't drunk much water. This weekend I intend to flush everything out with lots of water. I think I'll take them off, waste a bloody time, aren't they? Still working. Yeah, it's just... I don't know if the lens needs a wipe, but I'll give it one anyway. And my mirrors. Always clean your mirrors. I still have a spare pair of these. Got 2 pairs from China. Only cheap things, but they match the blue perfectly. Alright, let's go and have a look at this boy. I want to get home because I've not done any shopping yet, so I'm not stopping. I'll just drop them off and say, you owe me a few drinks. I've been on my birthday. Reset the mileage. Yeah. I think I'll put my lights on, seeing as it's rather dull. Well, what an exciting video. That's what winter is. Dull, dismal, boring. That's what I'll do when I get home, give the bike a good bloody clean. I'm still not happy with the brake performance. I kind of left any soap on after all this time. Oh, a few bikes there, isn't there? Because it's quite mild at the moment, that's why. In the paper it said they've had a covering of snow up in Scotland and the Lake District. No sign of that here. Let's hope this mild weather keeps up. No more bloody taxis to work. Indicate left. Yeah, as we're going on Darwin Street, that's what a couple of them postcards were of. Darwin Street in Blackburn, so I'll do another time travel thing. I think I'll leave these visor open. Yeah, it's very breezy. There was a weather warning, weren't there, for strong winds yesterday. Yes, I'm wearing my orange high vis. Love is the sweetest thing, love is the diddle-ding. I hope one day that love will bring love story to me. Whatever life may begin, whatever life may choose. La da da da, dee 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 dee. La da 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 dee dee. Yeah, I said to my mate Clive, did we actually go in? He said no, we missed that boy, and I wanted to show you at Bee's Knees they have boxing on big screens. I said, well, if a pub's got boxing on, is he not full of bloody lads? You know, getting riled up. Look at that Mustang. I want a nice peaceful place where we can relax. and get slowly plastered in peace. Yeah, let's give way a little bit, thank you. Yes, you give way to the right, be polite. There were sites online last night about all the lost Blackburn pubs, and a lot of them where me and my mate Brian used to go. Demolishing pubs from the late 1700s and mid 1800s. Scandalous, isn't it? Still, if they're not listed and there's no historical significance, there's an old one under that bridge we'll be going past. It used to be called the Duke of York. It's either the very early 1800s or the late 1700s with the state of the windows and the roof. And then it was the funeral directors. And then online it said it's for sale, although it might have been an old posting. But how can pubs not do business? Like I said about this bar and dropping these records off at, as they have an interesting decorative theme, it's something different, isn't it? To sort of make it more entertaining to visit, more interesting, rather than just a drab pub with the green carpets and green glass and polished fake brass everywhere, which might look nice, but I don't know, do you not need something going on, or maybe music? I'm going to ask him if he has any Peter Skellin songs on, you know, while the pub's open, but then they'll need a silly bloody licence. Boss at work has had to fork out £8,000. I've had someone round them because we have radio on. He said he wanted £8,000 a licence because it's classed as broadcasting, and I had to ring my boss. And he's given his approval. I could have said, I'm not having the radio on. And I would have saved £8,000. Well, other firms have the radio on. Just imagine. Who is it? The British Phonograph Society, like something from the 1930s. You are classed as broadcasting. I demand £8,000 off you. So Darwin Street, but I made it one way now though, so that old picture won't necessarily be of this area. That's been there for years, Edmondson, since the 1930s. That's been there for years, Edmondson, since the 1930s. Is it worth getting nostalgic of places like this, or dumps? I've been in there before. They sell plastic plants. Floors and doors. Is that pub closed? Wheat sheaf with wheat sheaves carved into the stone. Looks like that's closed down, all boarded up. There used to be a pub called the Dunnois. Where's that gone? Oh, there. It's still open. Yeah. That was the old bank. Now it's Bar Ibiza. Right, so we're going there. There used to be a bike shop where my brother got his RD8 TLC from here, called Annalise. All long gone. Dunnois still open, bloody hell. I'm amazed. Down at lounge. They're dumping it. You're crossing Albert. Now this has always been a biker parking area, but it says no entry. You see that post that comes out of the ground? What's all this about? Used to be able to park here. Busy for Sunday. Well, that's it with the flowers and stuff outside. Is that? I've seen cars go up there. It must be able to go up. What's that say? Pedestrian zone. Well, it's a bike, not a bus. Well, it's open, and that's the chap I was speaking to last night. So wet, isn't it? Hello, I've just arrived. I mentioned these to Martin. Would you like them for your decor?
Oh, thank you very much.
You're alright. I don't want anything foreign, but there's some local. That's from Blackburn on Darwin Street. I thought they'd be nice. They're sort of like decorish, aren't they?
Oh, that's great.
Well, I got them for next to nothing. It's my birthday on March 14th, so I think it's a Saturday, so if I'm on a pub crawl, I'll call back in.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll have a free gin, if that's alright. You're welcome. There's some funny titles. Fan Like Fanny by George Formby, so that should bring a few laughs. I can't stop because it's not no parking, I think. Okay, see ya. Right. I'm not showing him the fixings. I was going to suggest he hangs the records up with them bathroom things with the little chrome bolts on. I should have gone in, shouldn't I? Have a look round. 1920s style. Oh, I went in that bar. Over in here as well, the grapes, that rings a bell. That's all one big pub now. It's worth going to Rivington. No, sod it, I'll go back home. Well, here we are, approaching home again. Sorry it's all rather dull, but like I said, I don't want to not upload anything. I like to keep in touch and upload something. I have to do another time travel. See, that's about the size of that, but in fact that one I've just been to in Blackburn is bigger than that, it's deeper, so it's not as lad that works, and it's a micro bar. We wouldn't have got in on Mad Friday, so I'll have to go back then. So maybe on my birthday I'll be getting rat-assed again. Until then, I'll have to save my money and remain sober. Yeah, that's an idea. Squirt this on, go shopping, leave it, and then have a good wash. Not my last stuff. Won't last so long, does it? Oh, you're meant to be more liberal with it when you're spraying it on. No point spraying the exhaust. Like I said, because the brakes are a bit odd, since leaving that wash and wax on. Get plenty on. Someone did a test. There's a sort of copy in the cheapo shops, and they said it was like acid. So don't use a cheap copy. Use a muck off. Why did I dump sprouts in the garden thinking they'll rot down quickly in winter? They don't, they just stink. I thought someone had crawled under here and died, but it's them sprouts. Can't compost them down, can you? Yes, I put my new Doc Martens on. I've been in my wardrobe for years. I got 3 pair off eBay years ago. Made in England, not China. Can I shovel them up and put them in a bag? All them leaves. I'm thinking of cutting this tree down. All you get is leaves everywhere. There's the lens steaming up. I'm going to show you what I got. I think they're little dinky things. Excuse me. Tie back hook, Georgian style. You can hang keys on them. or rings or your watch. So I'm going to put 2 where I sit and maybe 2 near the front door. They're just nice and decorative, aren't they? You see? Don't think they look nice, them. €1.99 Europa. And they're always handy, aren't they? Like I said, I've snapped mine. Because they're bloody hollow, of course, because they're telescopic. They're meant to take up to £5 in weight, but they're only for lightweight stuff that you're dropping. No use dropping a bloody spanner and trying to pick that up. I think that's why I broke it. So I used to keep them dangling. So they're handy. Always handy to have, aren't they? Really should carry one in my pocket. Imagine if you drop your bloody keys down a drain. And I know it's hypothetical, but people do, don't they? If you have plenty of tags or the keys and the key ring on. Oh, it's not magnetic. Your Honda thing. Is that not magic now? Is that stainless steel or something? Well, none of the keys magnetic. That's odd. What are they made of then? They're stainless steel. Yeah, you rarely see keys with rust on, they must be. So there we are, that's what I've done today. Sorry it's rather dull, but like I said, I don't like uploading nothing for months on end. Bye for now. Thanks for watching.